Hello there. I thought I had unmuted it, but apparently not. 48-volt button. No, it just wasn't unmuted. Hey. Sorry about the late start. Let me do that all again. Sorry about the late start. I've been playing my new gaming addiction, and I was like, just one more level, just one more round, and I ended up like getting well, as you can see, it's flashing the highest score that I've gotten in a while. And I was like, I can't stop. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep doing it. Glover? No. I'm gonna do one more game so that y'all can see just like why this is so fucking addicting. It's so much fun. This is called Suika. We'll leave all the video game music on so it's at least entertaining. Because the one, chill, you gotta play the new Alex Jones game. There's an Alex Jones game? And what is that? Something about making the frogs gay? So, the one really bad thing about this game is that, the music repeats, and it's a rendition of an old song called Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree. It's an Alex Jones game, and you're... yes, there are many gay frogs. You can't touch the water or else it'll make you gay. Oh my god. Alex Jones, what a quote-unquote human being? So yeah, basically what you're trying to do is mash fruit together, and the fruit will become bigger fruit, and then you score. Imagine Broforce, but you play as Alex Jones saving the world from George Soros? That sounds so fucking unhinged. It's not even... well, it is funny, but that sounds really, really unhinged. Ooh, ooh! Peach! Yeah, this game gets pretty... oh, no! No! Gets pretty intense. And super short. You should do it as a one-off. It's a fan-made game, right? Like, it's a mod or something, or... it's on itch.io or something. Where is this game anyways? That's nuts. Oh, the fruities. Oh, the fruities. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Yes. Okay. Whenever you, ooh, peaches! Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you so. Oh. It makes the dopamine things shoot off in my brain, and it makes me happy. It's called the Alex Jones NWO Wars. Ugh. Oh my god. Somebody totally would make a game like that. That's hilarious that things like that exist. I don't even know what that fruit's supposed to be. Some sort of round pear? It's not a... I don't think it's supposed to be a melon. No! Oh, you stupid tangerine. You little bitch. You bitch of a little fruit. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Now you're an apple. So take that. Oh, fuck me. Get in there. Apparently Alex Jones has a direct... Dindin's plans? I do not have any yet. Alex Jones had a direct hand in making it? Ugh. This isn't something that you pay for, right? Because I would feel like if you did, it would be giving Alex Jones money. And I am not about to give that psychopath money. And I don't know that I want to promote anything that he does. That does not sound like a good to me. Oh, come on. Give me good fruit. Give me good fruit. God damn it. No, I don't think that's good positioning. I don't think this is the one. We're not going to be crossing 3,000. Oh, touch balls. Touch balls. Do it. Oh my god. We got a melon. We got a melon. Fuck yeah. Oh. And just like that, I'm back in. Fuck yeah. Get that. Yeah. Yeah. Donkey Kong. Yeah. .jpeg. Or AVI. Or whatever. You know. Sound thing. Apparently, it's a free-to-play browser game. Just go to alexjonesgame.com. I'll have to look into it. Right now it's Fruit 30, and then it's Lawyer 30. Oh wait, never mind. He's charging for the... Oh, what an asshole. Yeah. I knew that as soon as he said that Alex Jones had a hand in it, there had to be some sort of, like, ulterior motive. And... It just kind of sounded like he wanted free publicity, but now he's definitely getting funds from this. 1776? What? What? No. That's nuts. For a fucking little meme game that they made? 1776. 18 bucks. No. No. I was thinking like $5 on Steam. Yeah. Like, this game that I'm playing right now was $2.99, and it wasn't even on sale. And it doesn't promote misinformation. Except misinformation for, like, if you mash 2 strawberries together, you get a grape. Very specific number. Coincides with a date that may or may not be important. Nah. It's literally a meme game. What if it's, what if it was $1.06? The entire game is just memes. That's... Do you remember back in the day? I think it was only on the Wii U. There was a game called Meme Runner, and it was just, like, if you're not aware of what it was, look up a video of a trailer or whatever you can find, because it is just a, oh my god, it's just an overload of sight and sound, and it is just the most. You want meme game, that's literally meme game, and boy do you get them. Boy do you get them. No! God damn it! I was hoping that... Okay, we're done. We're done with that. That was Suika. That was a lot of fun. When I search Meme Runner, you get nothing but meme compilations about runners. Let me see if I can find a trailer. I don't know. Give me just 1 second. On to the YouTubes. Yeah. Here it is. Okay. Do 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 do. Display capture. I believe this is it. If not, it's only 2 minutes long.
Rated E for Illuminati.
Meme Run is the most dank game on the Wii U. I've learned how to get swag points from Big Lay by harnessing the Illuminati's memes and 360 no-scoping scrubs. My review of Meme Run is 8 out of 8. No bait, mate. Have fun.
Wait, did you see that? Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah. I think this is legit, and oh my god, this is so fucking cringe.
Oh my god! Oh! Are you not recording? Are you recording, Trickshot?
Oh. Yeah, this was only on the Wii U, and I think it should stay on the Wii U. It is hot garbage. And no, this is not like an overlay. This is actually what the game. This is what it looks like. Screaming, no scoping, like all that shit. This is what the game is. You would pay money for this, or supposedly supposed to pay money for this. It's the fucking worst. Win Leet Awards.
The following awards have been given to Meme Run for the Wii U.
Ugh. Like, tell me that this isn't the most, like, 2010s bullshit you've ever seen. Doctors hate it. Yep. Doctors sure do. Doctors sure do. Oh, okay. Desktop audio and now gameplay. This is such a 2012 video, right? Hold on just a second. Why? Oh, God. I don't know why it's doing this. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It looks good. Da-da-da-da-da. This is such a 2012 video. Brings back memories of the conservatives shouting, "All is lost," because Mitt Romney lost the election. Dude, back when I was in college, the troll face was just blowing up, and I remember how sick I was of seeing it everywhere, and people lost their minds over it. Right? The only thing that was more annoying was the Guy Fawkes bullshit. The Guy Fawkes mask was everywhere. We're anonymous. We are Legion. Expect us. God, our memes were really fucking bad. But also, I think just in general, memes are bad and are only, like, the expiration date on any meme now or in the past is, like, less than a month. Afterwards, it becomes old, and then at a certain point, it becomes so old it's rotten or, like, cringe, and yeah, this video is exact proof. But also, they tried to turn it up to 11, clearly, with that video. But, like, oh my god. People bought that! The shit that impressed us back then, people would look at today and just be like, meh. Alright. Back to it. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the scene, at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lena Sky. Hey, Victor.
Hello, Thor.
What's going on, my guy? This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe. Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Alright. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. What I miss is that corporations still didn't know how to monetize the internet properly, so there was no content mills. It was just literally random people making videos about random shit. Just chilling in the OR, counting down the clock till morning. Hell yeah. Chill in that OR, my guy. You're probably literally chilling in the OR, because damn is it cold in there. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention I have 3 boyfriends in forensics? In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. And there were no meme makers or any of that shit. You just had to make that shit by hand. It consistently looked like shit. Always freezing, but I keep a blanket and a pillow. Nice. Fucking god tier entertainment, right? Like with like Courage Wolf and Advice Dog and Velociraptor. Man, memes hit different back then. I remember scrolling through 4chan for like literal meme threads of that stuff, and reaction images and saving reaction images and then posting those reaction images on Facebook with regards to like how I did on tests and stuff, and oh my god. I hate past me. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence. At least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. 4chan, OG shitposting, unregulated Reddit, then pre-porn Tumblr. Oh, yeah. The internet in the early 2010s was like I wouldn't say it was peak internet. I feel like peak internet for me was like when YouTube was still in the Wild West. So yeah, late 2000s, early 2010s. I would probably say that was peak internet. I have nostalgia for 90s internet, but like there was something about that era in particular. Like Let's Plays were just becoming a thing. Like a big thing, not just that one Japanese channel. I don't remember, but they were like the OGs. And then yeah, 4chan, and oh god, there was just so much internet. But early YouTube is what I mark as. Facebook was still not considered like a boomer site. And Instagram was not owned by Facebook either. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in the early 2000s that made the internet a lot more enjoyable. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law. Really?
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law.
And YouTube, back when people didn't give a fuck about being advertiser friendly, had to be invited to Facebook and be high school or college student. Yep, I remember that. It all really started going to shit when people realized that they could make a career out of it. Yeah, instead of just making fun videos, I kind of wonder where we would be if YouTube didn't like offer monetization and all people did was shill for like their Patreon and stuff like that, and that's how they made their income. Because then it would just all be privatized and people would literally only be contributing money to the content that they actually liked, and therefore you would know that people liked you and your content versus like the algorithm picking you up and like making you doing clickbait shit and like all that. So I wonder where we would be at and how the creators would have evolved or whatever.
However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim shoe added to the court record. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the scene of the crime. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results. How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This when the suspect is admitting she did it.
But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with.
And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? and you found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with the shoe. Loving the MZ Tree Trunks vibes. MZ Tree Trunks vibes. I don't... Who's that? Is that a YouTuber? Am I doing good? Did I do it good? I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag. Really.
In any case, you remove valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next.
2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was of the victim, of course, the victims. I wish they just got rid of advertiser money altogether and made people pay for premium if they watch beyond a certain amount of content every day. This whole ad blocker war is the dumbest shit. Yep, I agree. And, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the ad revenue stuff. Oh, Adventure Time character, Southern Belle Elephant. Oh, I remember her. Okay. Yeah. I know who that is. I thought she had a different name. Her apple pie. Oh, I need to go back and watch Adventure Time. That was a good show. Good fucking show. Just my own hot take, but if you watch literal hours of YouTube every day, you should be able to shell out $15 a month. Especially if you're able to pay for like Netflix or something. Like I feel like I watch YouTube more than I do Netflix, and I still pay for Netflix. But I do have YouTube Premium now. And the other... Wait. 2 blood types were found on the victim's shoe. So, you brought it to the forensics department. If you're gonna submit something as evidence in court, you need to get it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. She got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective.
The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Huh? Well, speak up! Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood.
That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just 1 person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Ms. Lana Sky's.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. The day that advertisers realized how much money they can make on YouTube, that's the day it all went to shit. Well, I would argue that the day that YouTube totally went to shit is when it was no longer about amateurish videos and like big like TV shows, like talk shows like Conan and fucking whatever, Jimmy Kimmel and like all of them, they were putting clips of their late night shows on YouTube, and it was like, well, this is no longer YouTube. This is television clip show. Watch this on TV tube, it's no longer about individuals making content. It's about sharing content that's professionally made. And that, I feel like that was the turning point, and then the advertisement and the adpocalypse and like all that really made it go into a different direction. The Distance Land After Story series really hits the feels, and now Fiona and Cake is doing the OG series justice. Yeah, I'm glad that Fiona and Cake is doing so well. It's really funny that a Rule 63 of Jake and Finn is doing just as well as the original show. And I'm happy for them, because honestly, it's refreshing that a spin-off does as well as the original show and has as much love and care put into it as the OG, because usually spin-offs tend to be like they ride on the success of the original series and expect people to enjoy the spin-off because, oh, I like the original series and this character, so therefore it must be good. And YouTube doesn't get enough premium subscribers to keep the doors open, so they have to make advertisers happy. But they wouldn't give a shit about big TV shows if their primary source of revenue were not advertisers. One follows from the other. Yep. I think the takeaway here is YouTube used to be better before corporations got a hold of it. Just in general. Just in general. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes, you're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
Let's see. So there's blood on top. There's blood on top, but there's also blood underneath. There were no footprints. That. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Well, that is most definitely a threat made in a court of law. That's probably not good. Just like with anything else, it's always great until the corporations decide to make it profitable.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? No. What is it? I want to say... Hey, what's the answer? Right, but he's saying what could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking like there's no footprints because it's on the bottom of the shoe. But like, what evidence do I have that would actually show that? And all I can think is this is a scene of the crime, and if he were over there when she stabbed him, there's no footprint on the ground. Does that seem right? Alright. The problem lies in the footprint.
There is none.
The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. That's especially going to be true in 2024 when the AI gold rush really gets underway. Get ready for everything you ever see, hear, or do to be cataloged for training AI. Oh, gross. I don't like it. Really don't like it. It takes away such a important factor about creativity when the creativity bit is just training others to mimic others' creativity. I don't like it.
Order! Order! Well, witness?
What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh! That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think!
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one, a leopard woman. Rawr.
I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it right. Do you not know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
What?
Profit model, and the thing about it is every other product they've sold you up to this point has been designed to incentivize your business. But this time around, they don't care about your business. The profit model is not to sell you the product. The profit model is to replace you with the product. Not just a specific trait or skill, but everything of value that you bring to society as a human being.
Water?
Yep. It's going to be a very, very interesting few years before this gets regulated properly. Because honestly, there's no way that the future politicians and stuff like that are going to have a stance on AI mediation. Absolutely no way. That's such a futuristic thing to say. Is like, we have to relegate all of the AI technology and make sure that blah blah blah. It's going to be so crazy.
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murderer. To this murder.
But what about the bloodstains on the carpet? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But...
Enough! There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side! She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lena Sky.
Uh-oh. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox, a lunchbox called evidence, served on a streetcar called Desire. I very much doubt that they intend to accommodate your losses. People imagine this utopia where they get paid to sit around all day playing video games, but they don't have to. That's the thing. They could easily just say, go eat grass, and there's nothing that the bottom 99% could do about it. True.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Hey, it's Faye.
Hello, Thor.
Welcome, Faye. And what quote do we get today? Please don't point at my dick and ask, is that cheese?
You lose, big guy.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
My stepdad had a poster for a streetcar named Desire when I was little, and for a long time I thought it was pronounced Desiree. Chill, you should have changed that to be a Ratter quote. Ayo, it's Fayo. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubts from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
Jill, play it. Oh. This one?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I know I couldn't win this case from the beginning. How did blood get on the bottom of the shoe if he never left the trunk? Also, if he were in that trunk... Well, never mind. That picture was taken beforehand. My bad.
And it seems this is why your sister wanted it anyway.
I'm shocked. They said, here, look. Oh my god. I thought you were talking about Faye saying hi. Hold on. Hold on. Here you go.
Look at this graph.
Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
Too late now. The moment has passed. I love that one. I'm gonna do another fail button. Also appropriate. This is the last piece of evidence. How do you know that? She keeps pulling things out of her ass.
Very well. This time, I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Good. Your Honor, wait!
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one I submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. Oh, here's another good one. You know the when that chick from Ozark says, "I don't know shit about fuck." That's my favorite quote. No, I don't. I am not familiar with that. I don't know shit about fuck. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose, since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem with the photograph.
His penis! The hell is this? Why is there a cloth? Chill, suggest request. Okay, I'll look at it. I will look at it after the stream. I need to add something really, really quick to my Amazon list that, Christmas list that I just remembered. Edgeworth Nendoroid. Ah, damn it. Well, okay. I'm still gonna add him. I want to get an Edgeworth Nendroid for, giving my, Phoenix Wright Nendroid, or Ratter's Phoenix Wright Nendroid shit. They can fight, and they can point at each other. It'll be great. Let me show you. Blood dripping down from the knife. Nah. You're gonna want wipe lady. Want whip lady. No, you're gonna want whip lady. Dripping down equals vertical. So that it's probably here. The muffler. I believe he's trying to say that there's no one's falling for your bluffs, Mr. Wright. Open your eyes, Mr. Wright. Think scientifically. Very well. Okay. Yeah, that's... I was wondering about that. And then you were saying stuff about the knife, and I'm like, well, okay. There we go. The problem is in this photograph. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no traces of any muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
I see, and I see! What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us what you think this piece of cloth is, the cloth in the Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
Wiped the shoe. Wait, this judge doesn't know what a muffler is? This is a judge. He must be on the U.S. Supreme Court. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. It's either the shoe or the knife. Phone. What about the phone? The description. Word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court.
Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Ugh! Ugh!
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh! My boobies. They point upwards, defying gravity.
Well, it seems we have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about this piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Get up here. Get your ass up here. Little girl, get your ass up here. Okay, I guess not. Muffler, I just met her. Well, the crowd has decided.
Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Whew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all.
He's still hungry? To be continued.
I do want to save my progress.
Thank you. All right. Give me just a second. I gotta go get me some water because I am parched. And I got this little girl outside. Apparently she needs to go do things outside of the poopin' variety. Or eatin' poopin' variety. All right, be right back. Alright, y'all. I'm back. Let us continue. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Mr. Wright,
Huh? What?
are trials always like this with you? Like, you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand.
So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm sure the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That's hard to slip out, huh? That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you get enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
Oh, just drinking in public. All right. You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean?
In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken?
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 9. Peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and carrots. I'd like to resume?
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, your knees are weak, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Excuse me, knock knock.
Who's there?
What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he?
It's you!
Go on. Oh! Sorry I'm late, Uji. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Uji? How you been? Swim much these days?
Hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy? Busy schmizzy, Uji, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Uji seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Oh, so you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Huh? Thanks? Jeff Goldblum. I could see that. Sorry about our little, Worthy giving you all the trouble, huh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly! Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright,
You don't know
the district chief of police?
Chief of Police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district.
Long stare. Name's Gunt. Damon Gunt. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe on little Worthy's car, no less. Oh. Why does he do so many awkward pauses? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
Chief,
What kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth,
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to... I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. That signature is there. Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology.
what?
Are you serious? Don't be so suspect. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gah!
The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it! Oh, I'm not moving it. Ah! Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Sorry.
Look at this knife's blade. The tip's broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood?
Switchblade knife added to the courtroom record. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. This does not excuse the action of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife.
Oh, sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. I think it's funny how people think that switchblades are somehow more dangerous than folding knives. Why are... I think they're just, like, easier to No, they're not easier to conceal. There's something in particular about it. I know that they got banned, were made illegal because gangs use them specifically. For the same reason why brass knuckles are not legal. But I don't know if there was an exact reason, because like you said, I have folding knives to where like you can open it up one-handed. All you have to do is flick it versus pushing a button. So I don't know. The only reason switchblades are outlawed in so many places is just because of movies. I know that they were like rampant in gang violence in like the 80s, but like literally that's all I can think of offhand. Same reason the UK outlawed ninja weapons, literally. Yeah, they also don't allow the word ninja in media. Like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the UK is known as Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. So yeah, they even go that far with it.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman.
That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. That really rolls off the tongue. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, right?
There was a murder at the police department? A detective?
That's hush-hush information, Uji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order! Order!
Anyway, we were at the department. Were all flustered, as you might well assume. We were in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, ya.
I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. Guess what you're about to link up? Saying that something was used by gangs in the 80s is such a non-argument. Gangs use steel chains and baseball bats as well. Yep. But they couldn't ban those because people have other uses for chains and bats. I don't know. It was dumb. People don't have other uses for switchblades versus regular blades. So that's why knives are still purchasable. They wanted to ban this thing that, as you said, was portrayed in media and is known to be used in gang violence specifically. But like, if you were to prevent people from buying like steak knives and cutlery and like all that shit, that would just be absolutely ridiculous, to your point. So this, I feel like it was one of those like knee-jerk responses where people are like, you have to do something about stopping gang violence. Just like they're like, oh, you need to stop people from selling and using drugs, and so they did their weak-ass like DARE programs and anti-drug use stuff that actually made kids educated about drugs and made them want to do them. So it's kind of like doing it is paying lip service to the problem, but not actually fixing it. Yeah, but nothing about the action of the knife has anything to do with how dangerous it is. Honestly, a kitchen knife is usually more dangerous than a 3-inch mechanical knife. True. I mean, very true. But it's a lot easier to ban a specific type of knife versus, what's it called? It's kind of like, you know, fully automatic weapons are not purchasable by civilians, but people still find a way to get them. But have you considered doing the drugs with knives? I mean, that's how I hold my joint whenever I smoke it. Doesn't everybody? I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Let's see. This knife is special, but can't say how here. Why not? Excuse me. Special? Mm-hmm. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh! Sorry, Righto, but I can't say that right now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery.
And I like mystery. It's wrapped in something. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to that case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the departments that I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that'll give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. Funny thing is, I have this spring-assisted folding knife that's designed to be easy to open one-handed, but nobody makes those illegal. Yep. It's a workaround. Totally. Totally. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. So, how were things down at the department? That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You've got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter. I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact! Surprising, isn't it, Udgy?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Good one! This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. What do I want? How? Good. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now, that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. Oh, we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm gonna have to press this a bit harder. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence. Whoever said, I don't know what I'm doing. Ratter-tatter. Actually, very, very poignant, quote. It's pretty good. Five. 5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place, and a murder at our own place at the very same time. I looked it up. Switchblades and ballistic knives are banned from interstate commerce. Legality of possession varies by state. But do you know why they got banned in the first place? Because, was it media portrayal? Was it backlash for gang violence? Does it say why these things are banned? What are the chances? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. It's a law from 1958. Damn. What the hell? What happened? I haven't read anything on the why. But they're banned in other parts of the world as well. It's just media portrayal, honestly. There's nothing about them in that inherently presents more danger than any other knife. But if it's media portrayal, and it was a law in 1958, they had television in the 50s, right? Well, they had movies. They definitely had movies, and I know that there were movies like The Young and the not Young and the Reckless, the Rebel Without a Cause, or whatever that movie is, with James Dean, was definitely like a gang violence kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe still. Yes, they had TV, but it was mostly family shows. Yeah. I'm thinking it might be like movie portrayal or something. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police! I just can't say anything I please, Righto. You understand?
Try to understand, Righto.
Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together, yeah? Like Leave It to Beaver, yeah, and like, I Love Lucy and all that. Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. Switchblades have had a greater cinematic presence due to their intimidating action and blade profile looking more scary. I mean, honestly, yeah. They're very, like, unassuming, and then all of a sudden it goes from, what's that in your hand, to, Fashink! Oh! It's kind of like a modern day, I've had samurai on the brain since we've been watching the Netflix TV show, Blue Eye Samurai, but it's like modern day katana or whatever, where it's sitting in its scabbard and it's or its sheath or whatever, and it's very like unassuming because you're not thinking that it's going to be a threat to you until very quickly gets pulled out of the sheath and is all of a sudden like very deadly. I don't know. I guess it's kind of a mindset of like, well, surely they're not going to use that on me, and then all of a sudden it becomes a very real threat. Same is true for ninja gadgets like throwing stars, which were never actually weapons to begin with, and likely wouldn't even do real damage if you're hit by them, but still outlawed in most countries.
And that knife! What was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. That's that. Google says newspapers ran embellished stories about gang violence and switchblade use. State legislators started looking into the quote-unquote issue, and New York became the first state to ban automatic knives in 1954. Even Hollywood jumped in on the frenzy. So, yeah, okay. So it was literally the media portrayal. It's so fucked, man. That it... false information or just, like, over-exaggerated information gets a thing banned. Granted, I don't know that there's really a necessity for switchblades, but it's the principle of the thing. Just like media frenzy causes people to be like, oh no, it's the devil, it's terrible. They did the same thing with weed. Oh, yeah. Oh, Reefer Madness, yeah. And they still do it to this day. Although, I feel like they've actually gotten away from the weed is bad for you commercials of like the 90s, 2000s. But they still will push... Like, the new hotness is to say vaping is bad. And yes, vaping is not good for you. But, like, it seems like this is just, like, evolving with the times. And now that marijuana is becoming legal in so many states, like, people are like, well, we can't really push this. So we're just going to stick to what we know and say smoking and vaping are bad. Reefer Madness was turned into a lovely musical. I recommend the hell out of it. It's a musical? That's awesome. I think about that, Skeet. They backed off the weed bit now. I think I heard about that, Skeet. We've established the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Okay, so it looks like we started over. Bad day. Detective was killed. What a mess. Time crime. Tag number matches number written on little paper. Oh. SL92. SL9. Wait a second. Ah, at last! An honest-to-goodness objection! This knife, this has to be something to do with the Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Oh, an honest-to-goodness what do you mean from Uji? This is great! Just like alcohol, weed is not good for you, but it is generally fine in moderation when used by a fully developed brain. Exactly. It's never been bad for you, it's just never been good for you. Same thing with soda, you know? But the only reason why soda is allowed is because Big Sugar is able to pay off people so that they can continue to push their very, very bad for you drinks. Alcohol is the same way. Honestly, I don't know why they don't have a Surgeon General warning or whatever on sugar drinks that say can lead to like diabetes or something like that. Because alcohol says to not be consumed by pregnant women, and cigarettes say can lead to lung cancer. So, though alcohol and weed actually alter your mental ability. The only weapons I feel like should be outlawed are the ones that are so dangerous that they could pose a threat to an entire community. Like, I don't think anyone needs a fucking tank in their arsenal. Sugar makes you fat. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7S 12-2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Sugar makes your pancreas want to not work so good. Every box of Mountain Dew could have a picture of a sad pancreas on it. Hey, that's a good name for like a metal band. Sad Pancreas. The printed name on this memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get? Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9? That's the same thing that was written on this knife's tag. SL9 incident. SL9 incident! Order! Order! Well, Chief? Well? I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto! I win? Ah! What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Huh. Interesting. I read an abstract recently about excess visceral fat having strong ties to Alzheimer's, so sugar also makes you crazy and dead. Honestly, everything has ties to everything, so... just enjoy life. Do whatever the hell you want. Live fast, die young. Speaking of James Dean, I think that parents who enable obese kids to consume more and more sugar are guilty of child abuse. Yeah. They don't have their best interest in mind. Now, granted, there's a difference between encouraging it and only being able to afford products that are not good for you because they're cheaper and more available. Like, you could make your kids spaghetti, but getting the pasta and the tomato sauce and like whatever cost more than a 99-cent can of SpaghettiOs. That could do more with the parents' own diets, though, and that is also true. Okay, but I'm talking about sugary drinks, Oreos, that kind of shit. True. They likely eat the same crap. Yep, teaching kids about sometimes food early on and not enabling that kind of behavior is important. Oh, I've lived by the ethos of something's gonna kill. Something's gonna kill. It may as well be something I enjoy for a long time. I mean, yeah. Why not? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen in the department evidence room. Am I supposed to present something to this? Because he continues his... He continues his testimony. Oh, press it. Some foods are treats for every now and then, not all day day. Exactly. So, this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. Rubber band. I must argue that weed is good for you. Stop seizures, pain relief, various uses for mental health, sleep disorders, and eating disorders. It's all about dosing and strains. Yes, so... I think the thing that's bad for you as far as marijuana consumption goes is smoking first and foremost. It's not filtered, so there's that aspect to it. But it that's one of the things that I've argued for a while now is alcohol has very limited medical uses when ingested. It has many medical uses as far as like cleaning, but as an ingested thing, it does not really help in a lot of ways. But there are some caveats, just like cocaine technically is not outright illegal and is a C2 for specifically nosebleeds in emergent situations. But there are medical aspects to THC and CBD that you can argue is actually good as a supplement for people. Hell, there's a drug called dronabinol, which is basically weed in a capsule that you give to anorexic people or cancer patients that have no appetite to stimulate the appetite. It's a munchie capsule. So there are benefits to it. I think the thing that's bad for you is the same thing as to why cigarettes are bad for you is if you smoke something, you risk damaging your lungs. Ingestion, it'll just make you loopy, in a way. So yeah, I agree that there are medical uses, and it is arguably a more, substantiated, medical, or medicine than alcohol. So, whatever. Agreed. Once you're an adult, I say fuck it. You make your own choices. Just don't cry about the cost of healthcare when the time comes. Yeah, smoking anything is not good for you. It does, however, slow brain development if it's used often before development. Just don't go do any of the shit while driving down the highway. That is the biggest true of all. Like, anything that causes you to be altered mental status in any way, it could be a prescription med too. Don't drive afterwards. Okay? We use cannabinol a lot in Children's Hospital. Above all else, law serves to protect the profits of large corporations, people's well-being. Benefits does not equal good for you. Benefits, yes. Yes. Exactly. There are many medications that we use that are not good for you, but do have medical value. For example, chemotherapy in general, it's literally poison at certain doses, at like small enough doses to where it will kill the bad tumor cells to get rid of the cancer, but it also kills the good cells. So it has medical benefit, but it's very bad for you. I've recently enjoyed learning the medical and personal health benefits to microdosing certain types of shrooms. I've heard about that, using it for like PTSD and what else? Is it seizure disorder? No. It's bipolar? It's something mental. It's definitely something mental, but like small amount of shrooms what is it, psilocybin or something like that? Tourette's. Yeah. Let's see. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. So that was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. I've already gone through all of this. Detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. I do the OTC shrooms, like focus factor shit that are they get at the store. It's actually been surprisingly good for my anxiety. Really? That's cool to hear. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? This? No! Damn it. I use Lion's Mane and a couple others I can't recall the name of, and certain teas and morning coffee for calmness and energy. The fact the trials are being done again is great. I've tried to keep current-ish on them. I like that they are actually thinking outside the box for things that we just throw medication at that's not actually fixing the problem. So I'm all for it too. Yeah, Lion's Mane, I couldn't think of the name of it. What is it, Ratter? It's not officially linked to here, but I can't talk much about it. 2 detectives killed. And that knife, what was it doing there? Oh, am I able to... I wanted to look at the knife. Keep saying I need to look at the knife. Well, we looked at the tag, but that's clearly not the thing that we need to do to advance the plot. What do I have? Prosecuting Edgeworth's knife. The parking stub. Died within an hour and a half of... Is it the autopsy? Is it the autopsy report? Something about the timing of death at the police department and the autopsy report? Always trust Detective Ratter. Could always trust Detective Google. Just the tip! Wait. Ooh, wait. I zoned out for a minute. I don't know what they're looking for. Knife was evidence. just the trusted tip of Detective Bratter. Jesus. It was stolen from the department evidence room. It was a bad day. Detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. Time of crime 5:15. Scary, huh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Now that knife is clearly not the knife that was found at the other scene of the crime. Back in we go. Time to beat this hoe. Better check this knife out. It was stolen. The evidence. That quote is golden. Look at the knife again. It won't let me just look at it. It gives me press and present. So I'm wondering, I'm just gonna save scum super quick and do this. Nope. Oh. Let's see. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6. Maybe it's a case number? That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. Yeah, it won't let me check the tip. Court record. Boo. How do I check the court record? Oh. Can't do anything with that. Okay. $17:12. This is the day of the crime. Took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. No. Bruce Goodman, 36, male. Date and time of death, February 21st, between 4 and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. I honestly think that... No. Because they have a picture of the dude with the knife in his chest, and it's clearly not this one. So this is the actual knife. I don't like that there's only blood on the very tip when it's all the way up to the fucking hilt. Something about the prosecutor's trophy? It's also got a broken tip. Metal plate. Names of all the previous recipients. On Karma. I already know that. He doesn't give me that option anymore. I've gone through this several times. Okay. Alright. Sorry, Router is giving me tips from the other room. Killed. That's a fact. Surprising. Lost for words. Well, there's a suspect. Arrested him. That was quick, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions. I suppose it could help. Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. When the victim died. So, when did the murder at the police department occur? Now that is a very sharp question, Righto. Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're going to love this. The time was 5:15. So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? It's way funnier when you fast forward. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. Okay, Ryder should play GTA 6 in the year 2025. Deal. The defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence bag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Okay, Ryder should play GTA 6 in the year 2025. Deal. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be coincidence. Staring at you. Staring into your soul. You two make a great pair. It took my men 2 days to find out that what you deduced right here. Chief! I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? 2 detectives were killed. Oh. Shit. Should have pressed it. No! Alright, tell us more. If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Let's start at the top. Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in? Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Criminal Affairs Division 1. The detective responsible for homicide cases. Homicide? That would be the same division as Detective Gumshoe. Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except this serial killing happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. 2 detectives killed at 5:15. Beep beep beep. Boop 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 boop. Tell me more. ID number. Okay. How about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me the name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Hey! Hey! This! 5842189. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID, Yabadab. Alright. I guess we'll have to wait to present it. Whoop.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
8, 2... I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department. 5842189. This does tell me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does! I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Witness!
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh ho! Is it yours?
No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And? This means what, exactly?
Huh?
Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier, that started with 82... I forget.
You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number the chief of the police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman.
What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Wright. Sharp as a tack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room, at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So, what he's saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Order! Order! Chief, what does this mean?
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What? How dare...
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our official Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait! Aha! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him?
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me, he said that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But, sir,
you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. So, we're talking about dangerous knives. It's funny because the kind of knife in this case is like the closest thing to an assault weapon that a knife can be, and they're basically legal everywhere.
What?
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you'd submit a list of evidence to be used in the court trial before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright here. Good job, Wright, my boy. Huh. I was just doing my job.
No. No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, but with all these rumors, you were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened.
I just learned gravity knives are illegal to carry in most places, and it's also due to Hollywood gangster flicks. Damn. Hollywood got some pull. You better get resources time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Wow, this is the perfect wrap-up time. It is just about time for me to go. Holy shit. Okay. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We have had a lot of interesting conversations in this hour and a half. It's been fun. And it looks like we've got one more day on this trial. And then I guess that'll be the end of Phoenix Wright 1. That'll be fun. Huh? We did it! So, on Friday, we'll be back with more Fallout. And then get prepared for Saturday. We're going to have a bonus stream where... Oh, let me go grab it. Hold on. Saturday, where we will be building this. Whee! It'll be great. So yeah, we'll be doing another Lego building stream, Harry Potter style. So join us for that on Saturday. But until then, we will say night-night, and don't let the switchblades bite. Ermagerd, Herperder. Ha ha. Let's see what I get with this. Close enough. All right. Good night, y'all.